Hello everyone, this is Roxas1359. Welcome back to Let's Play Spyro, Enter the Dragonfly. Last time, we ended up making our way through Honey Marsh, and in this episode, we're going to be finishing up Honey Marsh as soon as I manage to get this pile to actually work, because, you know, it's kind of glitched out with that rock floating out there, and I can't seem to, you know, get it to where I can spit up any more rocks. So maybe this ever so lovely crocodile over here could tell me something, or I could just ignore it. Looks like I'm just going to plain ignore it and come back to it later. Ah, the good old method of fuck it, I'll come back later. It works every time, doesn't it? Die. Right, and make sure we grab these pots that are right here. Now, one thing that's actually rather interesting is I ended up doing some tests inside my editor, and I was actually able to get it to where I could stabilize this game to 60 frames per second, despite the areas in which it would drop down to slow down. I'd render it into that, but unfortunately Game Anyone doesn't support 60 frames per second at the time. I kind of hope that it supports it soon, mainly because I want to use it as an excuse to redo my Jak and Daxter Let's Play, because let's face it, a lot of my Let's Plays are very, very, very bad. And the Jak and Daxter one was the first one in which I ever discovered what the heck a bitrate was. Oh, the memories. I hope you also get used to me not having sparks for a while, because, yeah, this is gonna be a thing for quite a little while until I can actually find sparks, which is why I'm very, very cautious about this, because one hit, I'm dead, and then I get sent back pretty much far away, and I don't want that. But we have the last of the machines that are right over here. So, let's go over here, and grab the gem inch. There we go. And turn it off. There we go. That's all of the machines turned off.
You did it! You saved us a whole mess of trouble by getting rid of them nasty critters. Glad I could be of service. Here's a dragonfly for you, little fella. Don't spend it all in one play.
I won't.
Hey, it's Taka. Well, I was gonna keep that dragonfly as a pet, but them critters are just more troubles than they're worth. Besides, they got them bug eyes, too. Gives me the creeps.
Same here.
Tell me about it. Hi!
Hi? So yes, the entire reason why they put Sparks back for me is just so that he could say the wrong line because of audio issues. And it was creepy too, because it sounded like that was a Spyro line, not a Sparks line. I mean, that sounded like Tom Kenny's Spyro. Maybe it was. Maybe this game is more glitched out than I thought it was, and that's putting it something amazing. So let's continue grabbing the gems right here. Hopefully going out of our way soon we'll connect to the beginning of the level, because once we can, I can get some pigs, and I can end up finally being able to pick up the gems at least a little bit more efficiently. Not too much, but a little bit more efficiently, to where I don't have to instantly jump on every single one. So, jump down over this way. We're close to the beginning of the stage. In fact, these gems right here will lead us straight to the beginning of the stage. And right up there, in between the whirlwinds, is actually another one of the little mini games that we're going to be doing for this one. It's a fun one too. I actually rather like it. So, inch forward. There we go. Grab all the gems right here. Mine. There we go. And let's fly across. So, how is everybody doing today? Personally, on the day of this recording, it's actually my grandfather's 89th birthday. So, we ended up spending the day up at his place, and he's having fun. He's starting to lose his faculties, unfortunately, but I mean, he is 89, so I can't really fault him too much on that.
Ouch.
But other than that, we ended up having fun. It was nice to see him again. I haven't seen him in a little while. He used to live with us for a while, but that's about it. Anyway, get right here and kill those two little piggies to get myself my sparks back, which is good because I needed them. So now we're going to go backwards through the stage and make sure that we grab everything that we can. So let's go back over this way. Now, I will say that I think the reason why I was able to see that this was 60 frames per second or so here is because there isn't much slowdown, I will admit, inside Honey Marsh. compared to a lot of the other stages that we've faced through in this game so far, Honey Marsh has not that many frame drops, I have to admit. It feels a lot more stable than most other levels in this game. Now, if only the rest of this game was like this, then I would just fault this game for being boring and not really having a fun plot, instead of, you know, being glitchy, boring, and not having a fun plot. But I ended up falling right here, so I'm like, okay, maybe the pile will like to help me again. Oh, looks like it did. So, it turns out that rock that was flying in the air was the one that was glitching out. So, shoot this hive over here, unless I'm going to hit the bee. I can't tell. Oh, great. Ended up glitching out again. Come on. Oh, it's in my mouth. It's in my mouth. I have no idea how it is because I didn't hear a sound effect. And fire. Hopefully it hits the beehive, and yes, it did. All right, so only one beehive left. There we go. There's the rock back. And up. And am I gonna hit it? No, I hit a bee. I came close. Now let's go into the right spot. There we go. That's the real annoying part about this, is that you have to go to the right spot in order to, you know, actually be able to swallow a rock. In Spyro 3, you just had to go next to the pile or next to whatever it is you were trying to grab and it'd be fine. So, there we go. That takes care of all the beehives.
We got ourselves a problem here. Well, these here riptocs have set up shop in our trees. They're using them bees to launch attacks on us. If you could wipe them all out, I'd be much obliged. When you're done, go see my second cousin, Warren Bob.
Cool. Now it's time to go kick some riptoc butt.
Well, them beehives are pretty tough, so you're gonna need to swallow those rocks and spit them out like watermelon seeds.
All right. But since we ended up already, you know, finishing them up, he said to go to see Warren Bob. So Warren Bob was the, I guess these are crocodiles, crocodile that was at the end of the stage who gave us our other Dragonfly. So it's a good thing that we talked to him, because if you didn't, you'd be confused as to why I'm not getting my Dragonfly. Then again, you'd end up talking to him. So let us talk to Warren Bob.
Thanks for your help, Spyro.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm not gonna get my thing. You know, I kind of wanted my thing. So I was thinking, okay, maybe it's because the bees are still here that I'm not gonna be able to get my Dragonfly. I mean, it's kind of odd. I'm looking around for bees because I should have gotten my Dragonfly from Warren Bob, like that one crocodile ended up saying. So I'm like, okay, dude, what the heck? What the heck?
I don't believe it. You did it.
I told you I could handle it. I wasn't born in the backcountry, you know.
Yeah, but I didn't think you could really do it. Now I owe Jimmy Bob $5.
And you owe us one Dragonfly.
I sure enough do. Here you go.
Everything lies to me!
Hey, it's Lily.
You told me to go to Warren Bob to get the Dragonfly. You had it. Spyro said something completely different from what the actual text ended up saying. In fact, it was a lot more condescending with what Spyro said. But why is everything in this game lying to me? Why? Something's telling me that one for Tom Kenny was actually an outtake that was better than any of the other actual takes. The developers ended up using that take in general, but never changed the text. Anyway, there is a Dragonfly right here, so let's catch it.
Hey, it's Gory.
That is an unfortunate name for that Dragonfly, I tell you what. Okay, so suddenly I'm turning into Hank Hill. Tell you what. Alright, and grab all of the gems around here, because we're going to go on our way to get ourselves another Dragonfly, which is through the, what is it called? Which is through the chest that I was talking about in the last part, to where you get the key, and instead of gems, we will be getting that. But, there we go. We got all the gems. So, now let's open this up and get a Dragonfly.
Hey, it's Tim.
Hi, Tim. Bye, Tim. So, there are only 2 dragonflies that are left inside this stage, and they are both inside of the little mini games that we ended up having. So the first one is going to be over this way near the end of the stage that we're going to go to, and that one's a rather fun one. It's a slide. We're going to go sliding. Yay, slides. Roxas likes slides. And then after that, we're going to be doing the second one, which is going to be a very annoying tank mission that I'm actually going to speed up, because otherwise this episode would be a lot longer than it really should be. Then again, that has been par for the course for a lot of these episodes, and I apologize for them. In fact, I apologize for the next episode, because I believe the next episode's 26 minutes. Luckily, it's from another stage that I like, so it shouldn't be too bad. So, let's go through this way.
Spyro, that darn BS one of the dragonflies. Can you chase him down the slide so we can get the dragonfly back? But be careful, he's got a stinger that'd whip my bad back right into shape.
So, chase the bee down the slide? Sure. Well, question, why can't I just, go after the bee? Because he's right there. So, we gotta just follow the bee, and I believe this is technically a race, so I think you have to beat the bee, because I normally end up beating the bee. Anyway, the slide physics in this game, they're actually not too bad. I say not too bad because there is one major problem with them, and that is sometimes there is input delay when you're sliding down. For some odd reason, there is like a little bit of an input delay, and if you're not careful, you'd end up dying. This is not a problem in this slide section, but it is a problem in the next slide section that's going to be inside the next stage, and actually in the third slide section that's going to be inside the final stage. Yeah, for some odd reason they use the slide more than the vehicle sections. It's just like the Crash Bandicoot games. Okay, let's advertise something new in this Crash Bandicoot game. Alright, Crash 2, the jetpack. When do you use the jetpack? Only in the final stage, and no one likes it. Alright, how about inside Crash Bandicoot Warp, the motorcycle? Only use it for 2 stages, and it's fairly annoying. Well, 2 main stages. You can use it for 1 more later on. Alright, so what's next for Crash 4? Well, we have this Jeep here. Brilliant! Use it for 1 stage only. So I guess that logic finally started applying to Spyro the Dragon, huh? What's that? What's that? Have a tank in the game? Okay, only use it once. Have a flying saucer? Once. Have a slide? 3 times. Anyway, I almost died right there, so that was rather lucky on my end. So, here's the end of the slide right here. So, down we go. And let's talk to this guy right here.
Good job, Spyro. With your help, we managed to stop that bee right in its tracks. He won't be bothering anyone anymore. I got the dragonfly from him, too. Here you be.
Okay. Don't know what I did. I just slid down a slide. Okay, and Tom Kenny decided he didn't want to say Cubtail.
Want to practice riding down the honey slide again? Funny, that slide's not very sticky. This honey must be of a uniquely unsticky variety.
I love how they point that out. That was actually kind of clever that they pointed it out. Later on, it becomes grating. Believe me. So, that deals with that one right there, and my model is frozen again. For every good level in this game, there's something really bad about it. So, let us now head off to our next area. This is me holding back on the control stick when you glide, because normally it's supposed to slow you down. It quite clearly didn't slow me down at all. But, see, look, it's supposed to slow me down like it was right there, but beforehand it wasn't. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to head off to our next stage, which is going to be tank missions. And you hit me, so you die. Now I got to go and kill those pigs just to survive again. Yum, bacon. There we go. So Sparks is at full health, which is good. And let's head on now to the tanks before we end off this episode. Rather interesting place. It's kind of sad for me to see Honey Marsh going, because compared to a lot of the other stages in this game, this stage feels so much like a Spyro stage and doesn't feel just like a 3D collectathon that just happens to have a Spyro sticker. If only more, I just can't emphasize this enough, if only more of the stages in this game had the feel of this, had the atmosphere, and had the actual, quality control of this stage, because while there's some slowdown, there's nowhere near as much as this game has shown us so far. That is quite for certain. So, let's keep going. And I just need to kill a thief because it is mandatory by my law that I must kill thieves because of that annoying noise. So, here's me deciding, okay, am I certain? Do I only need one more dragonfly? Yes, I only need one, and that's when I also realized, oh my god, I skipped a stage like an idiot. So, let's go into our last little area for this one, which is tank missions.
Welcome to Honey Marsh's Sticky Swamp Shootout. Us honey folk done love shooting stuff with our tank. We're giving away a dragonfly to anyone who can shoot down all them at target. You think you're dragon enough to handle it? It's a blast! Great! Make sure to shoot all the bees before your honeycomb boat gets to the end of the course, or you'll lose. Don't worry, they are highly trained and extremely well-paid professionals. Nobody will actually get hurt. Well, almost nobody.
I have to question something. Why is it that you didn't, I don't know, put in one of those lines that you ended up saying? So for this one, I believe I kept in this failure right here. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have just a time limit, which they don't tell you about, by the way. You have a health bar, you have tanks, you have Riptocs throwing grenades, and you have a limited number of bees. There are only 20 bees on this course. You miss one, and you're screwed. Not only that, the bees shoot back at you too and have pretty good aim, as you can see. There's no way of regaining your health. And yeah, this mission is absolute bullshit. And it's why I find this to be actually the worst mission in this entire game. And I mean the worst mission in this entire game. It also doesn't help that, you know, when going into first person mode, you can barely miss the bees. It's very hard to hit them because of how the firing mechanic from shooting from afar is. I mean, look at this. I barely have a minute 25 left, and I've barely gotten, at this point, 5 bees. Now 6. And I already am well over a minute into this. And now we're going on to the main part of this, which is the rail shooter section, which, if you miss it, then you have to pretty much go all the way to the end of the stage with the knowledge that you pretty much lost. That's annoying. I hate that. It's not... I think it's... one of these bees in particular is very easy to miss. Right, so... Two. There we go. Managed to hit you. You have to also hit the targets, because if you hit those, then you're pretty much dead. Right, so... let us hit the bees. Come on. I guess this was the one I did in my first try. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to sugarcoat how long this took me. It took me well over 30 minutes to do this correctly. This is the successful one. I thought I had sped it up. I guess not.
Awesome shooting, Spyro. You sure you ain't my 5th cousin? Congratulations, you win the grand prize. Well, maybe not that grand, but hey, it's awful pretty.
Hey, it's Bliskin.
Hey, it's me questioning whether that's a name or not again. God dang it, Honey Marsh, you had a good record.
Them dragonflies, but you can play the Sticky Swamp Shootout again if you want. You know, for fun. You do know what fun is, don't you, Spyro?
Yeah, I do know what fun is, and it's not this mission. So, we are done here, ladies and gentlemen. Honey Marsh is done 100%. Unfortunately, which is very sad. I don't want to leave Honey Marsh because Honey Marsh actually is a rather good stage. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end it off right here. This has been Roxas1359. Next time, we're going to head off to the Monkey Monastery. Another level that I actually rather like. See you guys next time.